Alright, this is just a simple tutorial on how to optimize OBS. A very good starting point is not using Streamlabs OBS. It sucks. It eats up so much of your CPU. There's no point of using it. You want to use regular OBS Studio. I'll provide a link for it in the description. If you want some of the stuff that is offered with Streamlabs OBS, like included into it, you can simply access it by going to View, Ducks, and you can click either chat or like any of the things here, and you can go to your Twitch stats. You can see your Twitch activity feed. But to do this, you're going to have to go into settings, go to stream, and connect yourself to Twitch. That's how you would be able to see all of this. So after when you do that and install regular OBS, what you want to do is go into settings, go to output, and start by going to streaming. We're going to be focusing on only streaming and recording tabs here. What you want to do is set your encoder to NVENC if you have it. My GPU is not very good. I only have a GT 1030, but if you have NVENC, please use it. It's such a better encoder than X264. I can't speak for my life. So for rate control, I have a CBR, and for my bitrate, I have it set to 4000. I have I have decent internet, so I don't have to really worry about bitrate problems. Keyframe interval, I have that set to 0. CPU usage, I have that set to ultra fast, and for profile, I have it set to high. For recording, similar story. Use the NVENC encoder if you have it, but this time I have rate control set to VBR and my bitrate set to 10K. I'm not worried about space on my PC, so I have this set to a higher value. CRF, I have that set to 23, and my keyframe interval set to 0. My CPU usage preset, again, is ultra fast, and for profile, I have it set to high. Skip audio and replay buffer, skip audio here. And what a lot of people do is set their FPS value to 60. And this eats up so much extra of your CPU. If I was recording at 30 FPS, and recording at 60 FPS, my CPU percentage would go up at about 10%, just about. So I see no reason why to stream at 60 or record at 60 FPS if everything looks decently smooth at 30. If you have a problem with recording or streaming at 30 FPS, you can always boost it up to like 50 FPS, 48 FPS, somewhere in that ballpark. Either way, it's not extremely noticeable unless you're being nitpicky and, you know, whatever. I have my resolution set to 1080p because the resolution doesn't really matter in like it doesn't change the CPU usage all that much. You could have it set to like 720p and 1080p, use about the same, and 30 FPS at the same time. It doesn't really affect my performance in game or anything like that, or in OBS. So just stick with 1080p, 30 FPS, or 720p, 30 FPS, whatever you feel comfortable with and whatever your PC can handle. And finally, I have my process priority set to high because I found that to reduce micro stutters a good deal. And that is pretty much all you need to do to get a pretty stable and efficient OBS setup. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. I'm more than happy to respond and answer them.